Trying to get them going at the start of the second half together, which shows you that the manager and the players, are taking this game seriously. It is the last game before the start of the season, and they're all playing for their position. So yeah, it's a big second half for probably 5 or 6 players in each side, because they look like they play well together when they're both on it. We'll have to wait and see on that one.
Especially that they have both started both of the big pre-season Mind Series games against Chelsea and Spurs, but obviously no Saka, as we well knew, might be part of that reason why.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the writing's on the wall yet for Hector Bellerin, because we all know, a few good performances. Oh, there's a good chance.
Deflected shot from Bellerin, spinning left, right and centre. Such a difficult ball for Aubameyang to try and bring down. And surprisingly, he couldn't quite do so, but nearly a good chance.
Yeah, I think he potentially might have been offside, but again, it's a bit like Lacazette's volley in the first half. Although that was a clean ball in and it was more difficult than that chance, he's leaning away from it, isn't he? His laurels. He's had a few opportunities today and not scored. He could easily... What's going on there with Højbjerg and Arteta just having words?
Højbjerg is saying that Arteta has said something, I think. Just the fact that they were too close. I suppose Arteta had just edged maybe to the very white line of his technical area. Bellerin created a bit of space. Just again, that final ball lacked both purpose and accuracy.
Yeah, but he also needs someone to dictate to him in the box, make a run that he cannot refuse to pass to, Russ, Oba is hanging around at the back. If he arrives late...
Slightly sloppy trip there. It's going to be the first half.
A little bit cheeky, wasn't it? I think the referee's punished him for that. As we've seen, he's been letting fair challenges go. Oh, that one's not the greatest from Granit Xhaka.
Work from Skip, and then Xhaka comes steaming. It's just Arsenal that are taking some of these wrong options at pre-season time.
Oh, it's close, isn't it, from Ali? It's a really good header, first of all, from Sanchez. And that's what I want to...
That Lokonga thumped with that shot. In fact, it was Skip who actually got hit with one earlier in the half as well, but he's back on his feet. A lovely through ball, Arsenal cut open. Here's Reguilon. Hugfine's calling for it. So close from Sergio Reguilon to the opening goal. Hugfine in the end almost acting as the foil to free the space. Spaniard mightily close.
Yeah, again, it was that area behind Hector Bellerin. When Hector goes in and Ben White's forced out, there's a space down that channel and he's doubled up on. He can't get to the shot, but I think it's the right thing to do by Reguilon, because Bergwijn is not able to move, very understated off the pitch. It's great to see him getting that accolade.
Back to that in a moment. Son's effort, well blocked by Chambers. First contribution from the former Southampton man was a good one.
Before he makes that decision to move away from the club.
I agree with you. Arsenal not a million miles away, but this Spurs counter-attack has been promising, and it is Lo Celso with a mazy direct run who sets up Son. And Son Heung-min will be really disappointed with that, man. Such quality when it comes to his finishes, but that was poor.
Yeah, it's good play from Lo Celso to open the game up.
Full effort from distance from Dele Alli. Hit that first time on the half volley. Not far away, and would have been an absolutely sensational goal had he steered it in.
Yes, and it was probably the most difficult of his chances, wasn't it? And he nearly got it on the half volley. And that's the problem. He's under pressure now, even in a pre-season game. He's got to score today if he wants to be involved next week.
Great play from Pepe, brought down pretty ruthlessly by Reguilon, we can say. And that is quite rightly a yellow card. Super control from the Ivorian on the far touchline here. This is beautiful.
Yeah, he just watched it over his shoulder.
This is just so cynical.
Lovely, wasn't it? And
in the first half, Smith Rowe and Pepe over it. Smith Rowe takes this one. It's overhit, but at least Chambers keeps possession. Beats Lo Celso, all ends up. It's all about the quality once more of that final through ball. Oh, just couldn't quite gather it. Bukayo Saka there under pressure from a wing back, and the other is the left side of a back three, or whether it's the two out wide, one in front of the other. Looked good until the last moment, but Spurs failed to quite counter-attack. And Lucas has actually quietened down a fair bit, hasn't he, after that very, very promising start?
Yeah, and he can be a dangerous player. He's got good pace, great skill here, just takes it past Mo El Neni, slides it down the line, and he looks for the 1-2 off of Son.
The through ball from Mora. Looks like the Chelsea is onside. Murray's back. Chambers with the interception. Route one, but effective. Pepe decides to keep it in play, but is now under pressure from Tanganga, who's done very well. Now finds the Chelsea once more, who's done well since coming on. Tanganga under pressure, stays on his feet, gets around Murray. Here's Son.
And then Tottenham work the ball into this area. This little dink from the Chelsea there was lovely. Tanganga gets himself in a strong position, and you can't give Son that much space and time. He lets it run across his body. And while Leno has stopped everything so far, he can't get near this one.
And potentially here from Arsenal. Ball flick through. Really was a good chance. They are just going through one or two gears once more, and at least not dying wondering in this game as Smith Rowe finds Saka. Oh, Bukayo Saka just tried to guide it past Galini. Needed a tiny bit more power, but he was off balance, and a wonderful young double act of Smith Rowe and Saka nearly delivered.
Yeah, cuts in from the right hand side. Smith Rowe drives in, and a little ball through, and Saka
infield, hasn't he, to his other probably most accomplished position of central midfield since Cedric Suarez came onto the field. That from Saka, and defender come midfielder. The latter, it was not far away. Decent effort from Eric Dyer, looking for his first goal of pre-season, and a couple of inches away.
Yeah, it was, and it's almost like one of those that we saw David Luiz very similarly likes to take, doesn't he? Slaps it with his instep.